Hello, everybody. This is Michelle with Mich Mosh. How's everybody doing today? I hope good. I hope wonderful. I hope excellent. I'm not doing that great today. uh, like, I guess I haven't been getting enough dialysis, so like today, I'm kind of weak actually, weak and tired, and not a lot of energy, but there's been something that's bothering me. And it's about Britney Spears. If you follow Britney, I'm sure you've heard that she unfortunately had a miscarriage, and it's just terrible news. Her having a baby meant a lot to her, and she's been wanting one for a while, and her family's been keeping her from having a baby. So I don't know. I can only imagine the immense joy that she's felt. Like, I feel like you want a baby and you're pregnant, like, first of all, there's always that so much joy, but I don't know what it's like to have someone blocking you from even being able to do it for so long, and then being able to do it and then getting pregnant. Like, I feel like that's got to be like a whole different feeling. And also, I apologize for any other noises you hear because it is so noisy. Like, I live in the loud house. My husband's talking loud, and my kids are yelling outside. And my poor dog, he just got neutered. So he has a cone, and he's fucking miserable. So he's like barking a lot too. But yeah. Anyway, besides the point. Yeah, I just feel like there's a lot of emotion there, and then it is just the fucking worst fucking feeling to lose your child. So I send her so much love and healing. My issue is with these so-called fans that are like, oh, she wasn't even pregnant. Like, she was just faking. It was just for publicity. And I'm like, I don't remember Britney ever being like a publicity stunt queen. Like, that's not really her thing. She's always been like, I'm doing me, I'm doing my own thing, and you can take it or leave it. So I'm not sure where this like making shit up just for publicity thing is. There's other fans who are saying she is making it up to get back at her family, to kind of like prove a point to her family. And I'm like, again, like, why would she do that in private then? Like, why would, I guess she's not talking to them, but like, I don't know, that seems like quite a bit of a stretch for me to buy that. They're like, well, there was no proof that she was pregnant, but why would she have to provide proof? Who's doing that? Who is doing that? Who's like, is like, oh yeah, I'm pregnant, and then puts like a positive pregnancy test out there. There's people that do. I'm not saying that that doesn't exist, but I'm like, not everybody's doing that, and not everybody is doing that to the extent that you have to think that if you don't do it, that you're not pregnant. I guess that's where I'm going with that. Like, it's not so fucking commonplace where it's like, oh yeah, literally everybody, like, when you're pregnant, you post a positive pregnancy test, and if you don't, like, are you even pregnant? Because a lot of people don't. Why would you do that? Like, that's so weird. And then they're like, oh well, we haven't seen any baby bump. She says she has such a prevalent baby bump, but there's no baby bump. She said she don't want to share that with everybody. Like, she's actually said that multiple times, so I'm not sure where there's confusion. She's said she doesn't want to share that with the world. She feels very uncomfortable the way she was treated during her last pregnancies. Like, she's like, I'm not trying to do that again. No thank you, this is gonna be very private for me. She was posting shit from before she got pregnant, and it says that, like, it says that in the photos. In the captions, pre-pregnancy, oh, I wasn't pregnant, I didn't know I was pregnant yet. Like, I'm really frustrated. Honestly, I'm more than anything, I'm fucking disgusted. Like, I'm absolutely disgusted. This woman who's been through so much shit, fuck that. Not even that. A woman said she had a fucking miscarriage, and you're gonna jump to, well, clearly she was faking. I didn't personally check her uterus, so like, how would we know? How would we know if she was actually pregnant? Like, you sound stupid. It sounds stupid and hateful. I don't know. I just find it really, really disgusting. That's like a lot. That's really fucking a lot. Could you imagine? I don't think I could even deal with it. I don't even, honestly, like, if when I had a miscarriage, if people were like, oh, you probably weren't even pregnant. First of all, if I were famous and in that situation, that would make me withdraw more. I wouldn't share shit with anybody ever. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm done. This is this response to sharing something so vulnerable and deep, and like, that's a lot to deal with. I would never share anything with the public again. I'd be done. She's like on the verge of being done anyway, and I don't blame her. But even just like, if I weren't famous, I'd be like, I'm not talking to anybody again. Like, this is it. I just couldn't even, I wouldn't be able to take that serious, but I'd be like, just fuck you and everybody, fuck everybody. I can't even understand. Like, and the thing that's wild, I'm like, I love a good conspiracy, and I believe most conspiracies. Like, I gotta say, I do. Like, I believe a lot of the conspiracies. But this just doesn't even make sense. I don't even want to believe that. I was gonna be like, oh, I want to believe it. I guess in the sense that I don't want anybody to ever feel that kind of pain. If it's fake, then at least she didn't have to feel that kind of pain. But I don't think anybody would joke about that. I don't think anybody would lie about that. That's disgusting. That's so painful. There's just so much hurt with a miscarriage. I don't think anybody who wants a child would even fucking joke like that. You wouldn't put that in the air. You wouldn't. If she seems pretty spiritual, she wouldn't put that shit in the air. That's not something she would manifest. I don't believe that for a second. I can't. None of that being true makes any kind of sense for who I understand Britney to be. I don't fucking know Britney like that, obviously. Neither do these people, and you would think that would be enough to get them to shut the fuck up, but apparently not. Yeah, just from what I understand of Britney, I don't think she would ever fuck around like that and like pretend to be pregnant, lie about being pregnant, and lie about a miscarriage. I doubt that very much. I would actually be surprised if that were the case. If it comes out later that like I'm wrong and she really did fake the pregnancy, she wasn't really pregnant, and she didn't have a miscarriage because there was no baby, then okay, yeah, you got me. But I just it's just really disgusting to me. And I'm like, what do I want to say to that? I'm like, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to wish anything on anybody, but that's pretty fucking disgusting, and it's making me mad, and I really wish people wouldn't be. I'm sorry, I got distracted by a cloud. I really wish people wouldn't be like that. It's just so thoughtless, so heartless. I'm stunned. I'm very stunned. I'm disgusted and stunned and disgusted. But yeah, I just had to talk about that because it's really pissing me off. It makes me so mad. Like, oh look, I'm gonna get rid of Facebook. Because a lot of this is off Facebook. When I went on her Instagram and I saw the post, I looked at some of the comments, and to be honest, I don't really read Instagram comments. I'm not really on Instagram like that, but I wanted to see what people were saying, because I was seeing a lot of the Facebook comments first, and people on Instagram were very supportive, as one should be. But on Facebook is a whole other, like, I thought it would be a handful of people with this ideology of like, oh, she was faking. But it's like the majority. That's scary. That's the fucking majority of people that I was seeing. Like, a lot of fucking I shouldn't say the majority. There was just a lot of comments. A lot of comments from different people with this idea that she wasn't actually pregnant and it was just a stunt. So I am going to be getting rid of Facebook. Not because of this, I will say, not because of this. But the timing seems about right. It's making sense. I'm like, I don't use Facebook anymore. I don't use Facebook anymore, and I find it to be lots of old people, which, you know, because I'm old too, you know, like, I'm nearly 40, I'm 36, so, like, yeah, maybe that's more my speed. Like, I don't know, Facebook just seems very slow, and I dig that, you know, like, I do dig the slowness of it, but it's just so toxic and, like, batshit insane. I feel like the people that I really connected with, they drove out. I don't know. I'm like, just the conspiracy theorists, the people who really think, the critical thinkers. That's what I think. The critical thinkers who are kind of thinking outside of the box, they kind of drove everybody out of Facebook, and so it's like not fun anymore. And then what's left is just like the really people that I don't really connect with, I'll say. Just people I don't really connect with. And so I'm like, all right, the only reason I was sticking around was for Mich Mosh, and I was like, well, you know, I there's only so many places I can promote this podcast, and one is Instagram, which I am a little more active with, but not super, I gotta be honest, and then Facebook. And so I was like, okay, so I only got like these two places. I'll keep Facebook because of Mich Mosh. But then they sent me an email saying that they're not supporting podcasts anymore. I guess if you post a link to your podcast, they're not actually gonna post it. My guess it'll just be a link. Like, I don't know if it'll be like a dead link or what. Like, I don't know how that'll work. But I was like, literally, what's the point? I don't like it here anyway. So I mean, honestly, hence videos, because I was like, well, if I'm not doing Facebook and I'm not super active with Instagram, then what should I do? And I was like, literally the only thing I'm actually very active on is TikTok. And very active is like, I watch a lot of TikTok, but I don't post a lot of TikToks. I do post some, but not a lot. But I was like, you know, that could change. I just have to make Mich Mosh a video format again. So yeah, here I am. I was gonna go into a whole thing about what I'm doing, but I'm like, does it really matter? No, I'm doing videos again. That's all you need to know. And yeah, so I'm back in that front. All right, well, that's all I really had to talk about anyway. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just really mad about it. I'm really irritated about the whole Britney thing, and fuck the Facebook thing. But please check all those people too. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put that out in the world. All I'm gonna say is thank you for listening, watching. Thank you for just being lovely, and I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can email me at themishmosh@gmail.com, and you can get me on Instagram, and you can catch me on Facebook for a limited amount of time. To be determined when that's gonna end, but it's gonna end soon, and then maybe you'll be able to catch me on TikTok, and I'll update you guys with that information when I have it. And until then, bye.